guys, it is Caitlin, and if you are watching this directly after my unboxing, then yes, I'm wearing the exact same outfit because I'm filming these videos on the same day. I don't have any work at the moment since it is temporarily closed, and we're still figuring out what we're doing with casual staff, which is me. So permanent and part-time staff are continuing their hours, but they're still figuring out what to do with the staff who normally work evenings or weekends. Since the library is closing and I wasn't sure when I would be back next, I have stocked up on some books. This is just pretty much going to be showing you what I've stocked up on. I do have a lot of books on my shelf, as you already know. One whole shelf over there is just completely full of books that I haven't read yet, but majority of them are books in a series, whether it's the first one or maybe halfway through a series, so I can't exactly read them. And I did have an idea of just buying Kindle editions, but some of those books can be anywhere from like $6 up to $20, sometimes even $25. So I just thought, I'm gonna stock up because I'm gonna go broke so fast if I just keep trying to buy things on my Kindle. So let's get on with it. So at the moment, we are currently reading The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. So this is book 2 in the Kiss of Deception trilogy, book 1 being Kiss of Deception, and then book 3 is The Beauty of Darkness. This series is about the main character, Princess Arabella, who goes by Leah, and in their world, the son is destined to become king, whereas the first daughter is pretty much sold off into a marriage to secure an alliance with a neighboring kingdom. So on her wedding day, she runs away because she does not want to be married to someone who she's never met, who she doesn't love, and she just runs off and starts working as a barmaid in a little village a bit further away from her town. Little does she know that the two very attractive men who walk into the bar one night, one of them is the prince that she left at the altar, and the other one is an assassin who has been sent to kill her. So it's such a good book. I loved it. It flew by. I finished it in probably a day. Plot twist. It's like plot twist mania. If you enjoy them, as well as love triangles, then I would really recommend this series to you. It is a fantasy. It has certain fantasy aspects, but it's not a real deep fantasy, if you kind of get what I mean. They hint at gifts and little bits of magic and everything like that, but it's not really mentioned throughout the first book that much. And if it is, it just kind of comes in little tidbits. So we're going to see if we get a little bit more of that throughout the second and third books. So the first book that we have here is Gemina by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I have never read a book by either of these authors. I actually won Illuminae in a contest a couple of years ago, and I've never read it. So I own both Illuminae and Obsidio, which are books 1 and 3. So we've picked up Gemina, which is book 2, and I am very excited to get into this. I've heard so many good things, and I'm really hoping that I like the writing because I'm really interested in getting into Nevernight soon, which is another of Jay Kristoff's works. The next book that we picked up is Ghosts of the Shadow Market by Cassandra Clare. I have not read a Cassandra Clare book in a while. I've read all of the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices. I've read the first 2 books in the Dark Artifices series, but that's about it. No, I read the Bane Chronicles. I hated it. I have a rant review on my channel if you want to go watch it, so go for it. But yeah, I think because of how I felt about the Bane Chronicles, I've been very hesitant to read a lot of her other like short story compilations. So I do own Tales from Shadowhunter Academy. Do I? I do! I don't remember buying it, but I own it. Okay, so the next couple of, well, few books that we have are from a series. It is Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Rachel Hawkins also wrote the Rebel Belle trilogy, which I've heard so many good things about, and my friend has read this, Lucy. She's been on my channel before, and she really enjoyed this series. So Hex Hall is the first one. I don't know which is second. It's either Demon Glass or Spellbound. I actually think if I got that in the right order, I'm going to clap myself on the back. Pretty much Hex Hall, what I've gotten from the blurb is that this girl finds out that she's a witch. I don't even know what her name is. Sophie. Sophie finds out that she is a witch, and 3 years later she tries to cast a spell on prom night that goes horribly wrong. So her estranged father, who is a warlock from somewhere over in Europe, pretty much comes up and just says, you are being sent away to a magical boarding school for people who have been dangerous with their magic. A little bit later in the plot is when a mysterious predator starts attacking all the students at school, and her only friend that she's made so far is the main suspect in all of their murders. So she pretty much needs to come together with a couple of other students and figure out who is doing this before it tries to shut down the whole school, because it may be coming after her next. And that sounds really intriguing, and I'm really excited. And it does say in the blurb that she has a crush on a handsome warlock, and I am all for romances and fantasy novels, so we're gonna do it. Next we have The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzie Lee. So this is book 2 to The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. I do own that as well. Have I read it? No. So the next few books that we have are all part of a big series. There are 7 books in total, and that is the Iron Fae series by Julie Kagawa. So pretty much we have books 1 through 7 within my possession now, so you can finally get to reading these because they've been on my TBR for ages. So the first book in this series is The Iron King, and pretty much it follows the main character Megan, who has always kind of known that something is a bit off with her life since she saw her father disappear right before her very eyes when she was 6 years old. Little does she know that she is the daughter of a powerful Fae king, and she has become a pawn in their deadly war. This is a really big series, and I am stoked. So the next 3 books that we have are a trilogy, and that is the Mara Dyer trilogy. So book 1 is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, The Evolution of Mara Dyer, and then The Retribution. Now I do think that there's a spin-off with Noah. Correct me if I'm wrong. This series has been on my list to read for years. I think since maybe 2012, 2013. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer is pretty much, what even is her name? Did I really just ask what is her name? How much of an idiot am I? Pretty much it's Mara Dyer wakes up in a hospital with no memories, and she has no idea how she got there, but all she knows is that a car crash that killed her boyfriend and her 2 best friends somehow left her unharmed. She is completely fine except for her amnesia, and so the doctor recommends that she just starts over somewhere new and hope that someday her memories will come back. The only problem is that she starts seeing her dead friends' faces everywhere, and then this new guy, Noah Shaw, just can't leave her alone, and I have been told in a Goodreads blurb that he may become a love interest in this. So she's kind of wondering, does he have an alternate agenda, or is he genuinely just interested in her? This sounds really cool. I don't know, there's always been something holding me back from reading these, but not anymore. Okay, so the next book that we have is The Great Hunt by Wendy Higgins. I actually haven't really heard that many people talking about this. Wendy Higgins also wrote the Sweet Evil trilogy, plus the spin-off told from Kaiden's point of view. So pretty much what this book is about is that there is a beast terrorizing their village. I don't even know how to say it. It's like Loch Lanach. It's like a Loch Ness monster. They've put out a reward that the person who kills this beast will win the king's daughter's hand in marriage. And the princess is pretty much like, to hell with that. I do not want to marry a stranger, until she meets a particular hunter who has no interest in marriage at all. He really dislikes royals. He just wants this beast gone, but we know there's going to be something there. There's already chemistry sizzling. We can feel it. Who's texting me? Social distancing emails. Great. The next 2 books that we have are a duology. So that is the Strange the Dreamer duology by Laini Taylor. So Strange the Dreamer and the Muse of Nightmares. I have heard nothing but good things about these books, and yet I've never read them. I have borrowed them at one point before, but I never actually got around to reading them just because I wasn't in the mood. Now, I've only just read the blurb of this. I have read it before, but it's kind of just gone straight over my head and I never really took it in, and I don't think we're going to this time either. But just to inform those of you who are watching, if you haven't already read this book, it says the dream chooses the dreamer, not the other way around. So that sounds pretty fascinating. Our main character's name is Laszlo Strange, and he always fears that his dream chose poorly. Since he was 5 years old, he's been obsessed with the mythic lost city of Weep, but it would take someone bolder than he to cross half the world in search of it. Then a stunning opportunity presents itself, in the person of a hero called the Godslayer and a band of legendary warriors, and he has to seize his chance or lose his dream forever. So I really have no idea what could go down in this book. I haven't heard anything. I have somehow avoided everything regarding this series, so we're going to find out what all the fuss is about, and then we'll let you know what we think of it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you do have any video ideas or things that you'd like to see me do, just comment them down below and I'll be sure to give them a bit of a look. But until then, I'll see you next time.